Hello, welcome to my presentation, Unit 13, Assignment 1, about leadership in sport. Through this presentation, I'm going to be speaking about the knowledge of the sport skills, knowledge of the rules and laws, understanding the mental needs, and understanding the physical needs. This is what these qualities here makes a good leader. So knowledge of the sports and of the sports skills. So the sports leader will need to know and understand the skills required for the specific sport that they're going to be playing or coaching. They need to know the tactics and strategies in order for them to demonstrate that they know the certain skills and techniques that need to be done to actually make them succeed. They should know how to develop the skills from basics to advanced, as it will help them improve the participants' performance. An example of this is Jose Mourinho, as he's a coach that understands the players and knows their abilities. So knowledge of the rules and laws. So they need to pass and deliver the knowledge to the participants in order for them to understand the games even further. Knowing the rules and the laws of the game will actually help the participants and the others to promote the fair play. Knowing the knowledge of the game, if you didn't know the knowledge of the game, then you wouldn't be very successful when winning or trying to win, as the rules will be broken and the laws won't be followed. An example of this is if one of the sporting coaches from basketball wanted to go and train another sport such as table tennis, and they didn't know what they were on about. So if they went to the table tennis coach to coach them, then they will get the laws and the regulations mixed up. So they won't succeed and they will have loads of fouls and won't actually understand the game. This will be exactly the same for the basketball as well. If the other coach went to the basketball, then it will have the same difficulties and problems. Understanding the mental needs. They will need to know how to engage and motivate the participants. The sessions should take into account of what the participants wants to get out of. They will need to understand the participants' needs and wants. For example, Conte gave players a 3-day break after winning 11 games in a row, with a 6 points clear on the top of the league. As he quotes to himself, "I gave them 3 days off because I thought my players deserved this after the real intense period where we played 3 games in only 6 days." This clearly shows that Conte actually understands the needs of the players. And this is one of his rewards that he gave to the players in order for them to actually feel that he understands them. Understanding the physical needs. The coach or instructor will need to acknowledge that everyone has the different abilities of each sport. Putting on sessions according to their ability will show that they are meeting the needs of individuals. An example of this is Conte doesn't normally play Ivanovic in a game, but towards the end, maybe around the 80th minute, because Ivanovic is getting a bit old, he will put Ivanovic later on for like 10 minutes, so it shows that he's actually giving him a chance to play instead of making him play for the full game. The 4 characteristics I have chosen are approachable, persistent, patient, and commitment. Approachable. They should be friendly and easy for the participants to express any issues that they have a concern that may cause them a concern. For example, Conte, after each game, we have witnessed that Conte has a positive and friendly attitude even when losing, rather than being serious and angry. This shows that he's got a positive aura around and makes his teams feel more approachable, as the picture there shows the excitement of after the game that they have won towards a player. Persistence. This is where the coach doesn't give up, and as they are always encouraged the participants to improve and keep trying. This is shown through Arsene Wenger as the Arsenal manager, where he started to manage the team in 1966, where he only won the Premier League once until this day. But he won the cup in 2004, but he maintained the top 4 position in the Premier League until 2017, as it clearly shows there that he's not just kept the 4th positions, he came 2nd, 3rd, 4th, even without without saying, oh, we are losing or we need to do better. He's kept that momentum of he needs to succeed of only becoming fourth and no lower than that. Patience. This is when he needs to remain calm, give time, and don't rush things. For example, Amir Khan, after 2 to 3 defeats, he fired his coach as he thought that his coach was letting him down and not understanding his abilities. He replaced him with another coach as he started learning a new style of boxing. This has helped him gain more tactics and skills for him to actually start winning matches, and he has proved his critics wrong in order as he started winning all the matches after he got a new coach. Commitment. This is where a manager or a coach doesn't give up and is always trying, even if they unsucceeded. For example, as Norwich City in 2013-2014 got relegated from the Premier League, and in 2014-2015 they got promoted again to play in the Premier League. This clearly shows that the manager has kept up the pace and he's helped the players not give up as they kept trying and they finally got promoted back into the Premier League. The roles of sports leaders. I have chosen the role model, the motivator, trainer, and the organizer. The role model, this is where they set an example, an inspiration and support towards the participants. This helps to improve the players' attitudes and behaviour towards the sports. The example is Jose Mourinho, as he never blames his players for losing. His quote says, "I don't blame my players, I don't blame myself, I just blame the result." It clearly shows that he doesn't want the team players to actually feel that it's them to blame for losing the game, but he wants them to feel that it doesn't matter that they lost. There's always another try for them to win again. The motivator. Being a motivator, they will need to give them a great feedback, but remember to approach them in a good manner. As a result, this will help them to create a friendly, a positive atmosphere for the participants. Instead of going up to the participants saying, "Oh, you need to do this better," you should go to them, "Oh, I've seen that you've done something wrong here. I think this is how you can make them better," and not by just giving them examples, but actually try and showing them how to do it as well. A trainer. Having the knowledge of the sport and of the anatomy. For example, knowing the effects of the exercise on the body, as the training can be altered. This can help them to improve and develop participants. So they need to know the knowledge of the sport. So in order for them to actually help the players or the participants to gain more experience and knowledge of if they've done something wrong and how they can improve, and if they're injured or if they're just not playing as well, then they need to tell them how they can improve and what kind of fitness or exercises they need to do to improve on how to recover their body quicker. The organizer. This is where you are able to sort out sports equipment, training sessions and games. This can be done by, you need to know the abilities of the players, you need to know the different ages, and you can do this by having different equipment for different age groups, because some of them might be younger kids playing football or playing cricket or something that you need softer balls, so you need to adapt to the environment and the situation and actually make it better. So for example of this would be Roy Hodgson. He's already chosen the football team. This shows that he's prepared and he knows that he's got his goals straight and he's prepared to succeed. This is my reference. Thank you for listening.